Hello everyone, welcome back. Savage is here, coming back with part 2 of What If Deku Was a Ghost. Now, where we last left off, Midoriya have gone against his ever-first enemy, named Art, or the Artist if you want to be so professional. After quite the fight of Midoriya horribly losing to him, after all it's his first time that he's fighting any ghost, Izuku have been taking all the blame for all what happened in the mall. After the artist ran off and the police and the heroes have saw, Izuku just floating there while the place is all half destroyed, so he managed to run away because, after all, he's a ghost. How are they supposed to catch him? After all of that and coming back into his home after his mother basically gave him nightmare fuel for the rest of, I don't know, maybe the next year, Izuku managed to sleep barely. And now before I get right into it, guys, don't forget like, subscribe, and let's just get right into it. As when Izuku wake up on the next day, he coming out of his room, saying good morning to his mother while Inko said, "Hey Izuku." As Izuku said, "What do you have on?" As he opening his eyes to see his mother covered in blood. As he said, "Oh my god, what were you doing?" As Inko said, "This? Sorry, I was cutting some meat." As Izuku said, "That's not just cutting meat." As Inko said, "Well, I was a bit angry." As Izuku said, "Anger on what?" "Well, who do you think? On that ghost kid!" As she throw her hand into the wall, which is having a photo of the ghost child. And Midoriya said in his mind, when did she even have the time to take a photo of me? As Inko said, "I just couldn't get him out of my head. I was... I couldn't even sleep at night. I really just want to..." As Izuku said, As Inko said, I'm sorry if I scared you. I'm just a bit angry." As Izuku said, "Yeah, a bit." As Izuku just sliding with his back against the wall, walking slowly but surely towards the door. As Inko said, "Take your seat. I'll give you some breakfast." As Izuku said, "No, I'll buy me some things, by the way. I'll just gonna get, some things and I'll just gonna leave. Alright?" As Inko said, "You're not eating your breakfast? Why?" As Inko just starts cleaning her face from the blood. As Izuku said, "Well, simply because you've seen that you're having your own things to do and I don't want to interrupt you, so I'll just gonna go." As Inko said, "You better not go into that forest again, young man." As Izuku said, "Of course not. I'll just gonna find a place to bury my... Bye!" As Izuku just, run away from there. While Inko said, "What's wrong with him? Wait a minute." As she turning into the photo on the wall saying, "You scared the living shit out of him, didn't you, you little..." As she grabbed the photo before putting it on fire saying, "I swear to God, if I saw him again..." Either way, with Izuku outside, he's barely shaking his knees, to the point that his knees just turn intangible, making him trip and fall. As Izuku said, "Calm down, nothing to fear but fear itself." I never knew the meaning of that word until I saw my mother today. As he, gulping his throat, standing up with his, knees still shaking, as he smiled up into the sky, looking into the sun before, figuring out that his eyes start hurting him from staring into the sun for a bit. But either way, he said, "Alright, just keep a smile and a cheerful personality and everything will be fine. I hope. I wish. I think. What am I talking about? Nothing is fine. Okay. Breath. Man, I cannot take my breath. Calm down. Alright. Everything fine. Whoa. as he starts going down the stairs from his apartment building while barely trying to keep his knees together. But after buying himself some, drink to drink from a shop and something to eat, he managed to finally make his way back into the forest, into the lab inside the castle, as he coming inside the lab saying, "Alright, now first of all, let's see what happened last week, or last day." As Izuku, watching the news since he grabbed himself his phone, of course, and start watching what happened the last day on the news, with the news reporter talking about how last day that a mall has been attacked by two villains. One is nameless and the other one also doesn't have a name. They are not known and never been known, but it seems like the one that was leading that attack, it was the ghost child. As Midori said, "A ghost child? I wasn't the one leading the attack, you goddamn morons." Damn it. As Izuku start working on something, after looking into his computer and figuring out some technology, he starts thinking, he's a ghost, how is he supposed to, defeat a ghost? So he starts looking through the files, the computers in the lab. Maybe he'll gonna figure something out. As Izuku said, "Can't believe I got defeated by a ghost. Worse than that, an artist! Damn it. God damn it, go freaking artist." As Izuku starts working for the whole day, until after he done, he said, "Alright, I just need a few more scrap metal, and after that maybe I'll gonna be completing this device." Although, I hope it will work, as Izuku just holding what seemed to be a thermos in his hand, as he said, "I don't know if it works, but I can't really try it." Either way, as he just put it in his bag, going back into his home. And, he knocking on the door. However, before, that's what he thought. He was going to knock on the door, but before he do that, he, turned his head intangible and invisible to look through the door to see if his mother inside the house. Which is, she's actually asleep. So, Izuku was happy about that and basically faced through the wall into his room, saying in his mind, "I'm really getting good at it. A bit. Still have a lot to learn, but eventually. After all, it was my mistake to start off with. I mean, it was my mistake. I'm the one that caused all of this." As he, looking into the sky through his window saying, "I just hope nobody gets hurt of my mistake." Either way, I am the only one that have the power to correct this. Heroes really cannot hunt down ghosts, so it's my responsibility. And I'll make sure that I'll gonna hunt every last ghost and put them back where they came from. If I know where they came from to start with. Either way, Izuku turning around, going inside his room before he noticed that the sky have turned green. But he didn't notice that, so he just gone to, sleep. And after that, the sky turned back normal into its normal shaped color. Or normal color, not shaped. Why did I say shaped? Either way, next morning, when Izuku waking up, he, eating his breakfast with his mother, after Inko finally calmed herself down and Izuku helped her calm down, he came out of his home and started walking down the street with his thermos in his backpack, or in his bag, thinking about where can he find that artist. And Izuku said, "Come on, Midoriya, think. If I was a starving artist that want to make the ultimate piece of art, or the ultimate painting, where would I be?" As Izuku started looking through his phone on any news, anything, until he found something. That a new art museum will be opened up in Japan today. And it will gonna have some very high quality pieces of art and some copies of such a, very known pictures and paintings, for example, the Mona Lisa. As Izuku said, if that will not gonna get him, I don't know what will. Well then, let's go there. As Izuku starts walking towards that museum, but in the museum, people are right now walking inside of it, and the guy that making the owner of the museum, you could say, saying, "Alright, I'm happy to have you all here today, because now we will gonna open a new museum that will gonna capture the amazing world of art and paintings from centuries ago, for our next generation to put their eyes back on what was it before, the colors and all this flashy lights." Now, as someone grabbing him the scissors as he cut the rope, and everyone starts clapping before suddenly they hear a sound saying, "Well, isn't this heartwarming?" As he looked up into the sky to see a guy with a giant pencil, and he said, "Now, please excuse me, I didn't buy a ticket, but you wouldn't mind me coming in, wouldn't you?" As the guy said, "Who are you?" As the guy said, "Nothing more than an artist. And sorry, but you're not gonna open this place until I look inside of it." As he just, drawing a giant wall before drawing more of these gooey beings. As he said, "Boo." And everyone starts panicking the hell up, while artists coming inside the museum saying, "And now, let me put my eye on these beautiful paintings. Would you look at this? The Mona Lisa. Oh, what was that?" As he looked to see, is that a statue of a little small statue of wait a minute, Abraham Lincoln? He was the ever first president of America that considered the woman's right. Ooh, would you look at this? The painting of the Sky Night. A beautiful painting that pictured the sky and its gorgeous beauty in the middle of the night. Da Vinci, you were such an amazing artist." As he hears a sound from behind saying, "Well, aren't you an art enthusiast, aren't ya?" As artists turn around to see, the ghost child crossing his hand together, and artist said, "Oh, you again. What are you doing here?" As Izuku said, "I'm here to put an end to you, once and for all." "Oh, really now? You couldn't even fucking shoot me. How are you expecting to defeat me now, boy?" As Izuku said, "I don't need to defeat you, I just need to capture you." "And how are you planning to do that?" As Izuku taken out his thermos and said, "With this." "What is that supposed to be? Are you gonna pour me some coffee or something?" As Izuku said, "No! Besides, you're a ghost, how are you supposed to drink coffee?" "I don't know. Why don't you tell me?" "Oh, wait, you won't be able to tell me while I am gonna cover you with ink." As he just slashes his pencil in the air, sending an ectoplasmic slash towards Midoriya, while Midoriya just turned intangible. However, turning intangible through ghost ecto energy is not very useful, so he actually got hurt and slammed against the wall. As he said, "Phew, note to yourself, ectoplasmic energy is a no for intangibility." As artist said, "This will be the last time that you stand in my way of making my ultimate piece of art." As Izuku said, pieces of art, eh? So you love paintings, don't ya?" "Well, of course I do. Paintings are the best thing in the world. They picture the true behaviors of humanity. I just came here to take some inspirations from my ever-favorite painter and artist, Da Vinci." As Izuku said, "So Da Vinci is your favorite artist?" As Izuku said, I also have my favorite artist." As, artist said, "Really? What's your favorite artist? What is your favorite painting?" As Izuku said, my favorite painting is, The Scream." As the guy said, "The Scream? You mean the screaming guy? Oh yes, that was a very beautiful painting, picturing the true fear of humanity. I want to get into that level of beauty, which is I will not be able to unless I scared some people." As Izuku said, "Well, too bad, because I'm not allowing you anymore." As artist said, "Alright then. Well, let's see you scream." As he started drawing more of these ectoplasmic ghosts. and Izuku, well, start punching them and kicking them and throwing them on each other, while artists start drawing more and more things, crazy things, to the point that he start drawing dragons, fire, walls, anything. And Midori starts breathing heavily while artist said, "Stop it, you cannot defeat me. My imagination is limitless. My creativity cannot be matched, and that's why I will win against you." As Izuku said, "Yeah, your imagination is quite a big one, I'll give you that. But you love art, don't you?" As, well, Art said, "Well, of course I do. How many times shall I tell you this?" As Izuku said, "Fine then." As Izuku, well, dashes by the side of Artist while he dodging the attack, saying, "Heh, you missed." As Izuku said, "Oh, did I really?" As Artist seeing Izuku holding the painting named Sky Knight, as he said, "Wait, what are you doing with this?" As Izuku said, "The painting Sky Knight have been painted by Da Vinci, capturing the beautiful night sky." As, well, Artist said, "It was Picasso, you idiot." As Izuku said, "Well, whatever." As Izuku just rip it in half, which freaking hurted Artist in his core. He just feels something cracking in his chest as he said, "What have you done in the freaking, for God damn it, what have you done? What the?" As Izuku said, "Oh, would you look at this?" As he holding the Scream, saying, "This Scream, a painting that Da Vinci have made capturing the real fear of humanity." As Artist said, "Please don't do it. This painting really is the pure manifestation of..." As Izuku just rip it in half, saying, "Oops." As Artist starts screaming, saying, "What have you? What the?" As he just fall on the ground, dropping his pencil, while Izuku, well, start going left and right, destroying every single piece of art that he could lay his eyes on until the last one. Izuku said, "And finally, but not least, the Mona Lisa." As, well, immediately, Artist just crossing his hands together, begging, saying, "Oh, please don't. This is the Mona Lisa, the best ever painting in the world. Da Vinci have pour his soul and blood into it. Do not spill its color and paint. Please, I beg of you, in the name of everything that is holy. Don't you have any mercy?" But before he continued, Izuku just ripped it in half, saying, "It's old anyway." "What the have you? You... But you little..." As Izuku said, "I think we had enough of you for one day." As Izuku just taken out his thermos and he's powering it up with his own ectoplasmic power, which managed to finally suck up Artist inside of it. And Izuku closing it up, saying, "Clear and easy." Man, that was easier than I thought. Thank God that all these paintings are fake. As Izuku grabbing the Mona Lisa, saying, "Well, I'm sure nobody will gonna throw this on me after all. They're all fake." As Izuku, like, looking by the down left side of the painting, which finding it signed by Da Vinci. And Izuku said, "Wait a minute." As he looked into the Scream, the Sky Knight, all of the paintings that were there, they were real. They have the sign of their creator. As Izuku said, "What?" As he just holding the Mona Lisa again, saying, "What the hell? Well, you can't be serious. This cannot be the real Mona Lisa. The real Mona Lisa in Paris." As Izuku taking out his phone to look, which is on the same, on the same page that he read the museum opening today, he scroll a bit more down, saying that they will gonna receive an actual real paintings. And Midoriya said, "Are you joking with me? You can't be." As before he continues, suddenly the door bust open, revealing police officers and heroes, saying, "Freeze, we are..." As they look to see all the paintings, all the statues, and especially the ghost child flying in the middle of the air, hovering with the two parts of the Mona Lisa in his hands, with some police officers even fainting out. as Izuku said, beware, as he just fly away. As immediately, all the heroes just jaw-dropping. This kid just destroyed centuries of history. As Izuku flying away out of there before, from behind, he only hearing the sound of the firing hero Endeavor flying after him, while Endeavor trying to catch Midoriya, Izuku just phasing right through him and going under the ground, which Endeavor cannot really follow him while he's saying, damn it, he ran. As with the police officers, they just looking left and right on the destruction. But under the ground, after Midoriya finally managed to find himself in an alleyway, he turned back normal, saying, alright. Damn it! Idiot! I should have... God damn it! As... man. Great. I'm gonna die, ain't I? As he starts walking away, back into the forest, saying, well, I better think about that later. For now, as he looking at the thermos, saying, how am I supposed to deal with you? As Izuku finally managed to get into there, back into the castle, coming through the door, the secret laboratory, and coming inside. As, well, after a couple of hours, he finally managed to actually put the machine of the portal on work, and it actually worked, and start, well, opening up, and Midoriya said, alright, this should do it for now. I don't know how long I can keep this portal working, but for the meantime it will be enough. As Izuku, well, opening the thermos, inserting it inside the, well, the place that it's supposed to go to, which causing the artist to go back into the ghost zone. As Izuku just closing the portal, saying, alright, that the ghost over with. That was a nice success, I would say so of myself. Although I still don't know, I feel like I have one thing missing. Besides, why did I say beware? Like, that was so stupid. I mean, what am I joking about? I was panicking right there. As Izuku just turning off the portal, saying, but I really cannot keep this portal working for so long. And I don't know how much longer I can keep up with just scrap metal and some garbage. I need some real technology. I can just keep doing this. Which is make me wonder, as Izuku taking out his phone to see that there is still 2 days before UA entrance exam, and he remembered that he have signed up into the general course and the hero course. But Izuku looking to see, well, the hero course, he just wondering, remembering All Might words in his head that he cannot be a hero. And Midoriya said, just shaking this thought away from his head, saying, it's not because of that, it's because if they saw me phasing through things and my ghost powers, they'll be weirded out. So, as Izuku, well, signing off of the hero course, and also the general course, which is, if I cannot be a hero, at least I can use some of UA technology to my advantage. And Izuku just signing up for the, would you guess it, the support course. The course that filled with technology and that UA support with every single penny that they have. And Izuku carrying out his bag before going back into his home, saying, that will be better. Now, if I can get some technology out of UA with this. As Izuku starts walking back into his home and opening the door, saying, hey mom, what are you? As Inko said, Izuku, come and see this. As Izuku said, oh, what's wrong? What happened? As Izuku looked to see that the news reporters are talking about the incident of today, that the villain named, as the, well, transporter called him, Invisible, have destroyed a priceless pieces of art that goes into centuries before, with him saying, this menace have destroyed centuries of history. These paintings were from the well, first century, from thousands when the pictures were still black and white. And he destroyed them, all of them, with no remorse. If this is not villain right there, I do not know what it is, gentlemen and ladies. We will gonna keep you up on more news about this ghost menace. Invisobel, as Izuku said. Invisobel? That's a stupid name. As Inko said, that's what you're worried about? As Izuku said, well, I mean, sure, he destroyed some paintings, but as the news reporter continued talking to, well, the hero that were there, Endeavor, which is, they start asking him some questions about that kid and how did he not manage to capture him. Endeavor was saying, well, I didn't manage to capture him. That boy was able to face through matter. However, it's only a matter of time before heroes manage to finally capture him. And if he's watching this right now, I hope that you'll be careful, because heroes are up your tail, child. And if you know anything better for yourself, maybe you should just surrender yourself to the police, and they will just gonna take a couple of years off of your sentence. Which is brought up the question to the police office, or the, well, chief of police. They start asking him what exactly the punishment for destroying all these, well, priceless pieces of art. As, well, the chief of the police said, well, normally it would be execution. As Izuku just gulping his throat. But the, well, chief of police said, but he's underage from what it seemed. He seemed like he's a 16 years old child, so it will mostly be just, well, it will not gonna be such an easy punishment, but it will be about from 50 to 60 years in prison. That if he didn't get even the death sentence after what he'd done. As Izuku said in his mind, death sentence? I just, look, as Inko said, ha, take that, you little piece of goo. As Izuku said, Mom! As Inko said, what? That's the law. I'm not the one that put the rules. As Izuku said, you can't just wish for him to die. As Inko said, well, yes, but I'm not... Look, Izuku, there's a lot you don't understand, alright, dear? As Izuku said, yeah, I'll just gonna go to my room, alright? As Inko said, alright, dear. As Izuku gone to his room before closing the door shut, holding his throat, saying, what? Damn it! Now great! Now more! Now I am public enemy number 1. The heroes are on my tail, and my mother wants to turn me into meat cubes. Why the hell my life just... Well, at least it's all over. I won't have to turn into the ghost boy anymore. It was one ghost. It's not like there will be more of him. Thank God. Now back into my normal days. As he just trying to sleep for the rest of the night. However, he really cannot. Tell me, will you be able to sleep knowing that your mother want to kill you, and that the police office or the police want to capture you and put you for 50 or maybe even 60 years, let alone a death sentence, and all heroes are on your tail? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I will not gonna be sleeping that night. Either way, in the next 2 days, life was quiet, surprisingly. Well, sure, there was a bit abnormal behaviors around the city lately, like, for example, I don't know, I mean, on the news it just says that elephants flying, tigers with glowing rainbow colors on them, and some other weird crap, but nothing out of the usual in a world filled with quirks. And hey, Izuku didn't, see his breath for about 2 days. That's a big one. Either way, Izuku finally got into the entrance exam with a few A, which is, for normal general course, it will be, a written exam, which is what Izuku gone through. After all, the written exam is for all the courses, not just the hero course or the general course. But the only difference between the general course, the support course, and the hero course is that in the general course, you're just gonna take the written exam. In the hero course, you're just gonna take the hero exam and the written exam. But in the support one, you're gonna have to take the written exam and show one of your gadgets or creations to the teachers, as it's Izuku was his turn. However, seeing that he really didn't prepare a lot of things, the best thing that he managed to pull is some power-up gloves, basically, from the scrap that he had. As well, that was enough to get him through. After all, these gloves, as Izuku stated, are filled with energy that allows them to, double the power of anybody that wearing them, which is he showed that by breaking a wall with one punch. However, the teachers knew that Midoriya was quirkless, but that doesn't make any difference. A smart one be still a smart one, and Principal Nezu have some Midoriya's grades, which are up the roof. So, knowing his status in the society, how he live in an apartment and he doesn't really have a lot of money to create such a big gadgets, but also being the smart ass that he is, Principal Nezu signed him into the support course, which is in the next day Izuku gone into. And in the first day, he come inside the class to see the whole place, with people already start making some shit. And Izuku said, is this the support course? As he hear a sound saying, oh, you're here. As Izuku looked to see none other than Power Loader saying, took you long enough. My name is Power Loader, and you? As Izuku said, Izuku Midoriya. As Power Loader said, well then Izuku Midoriya, welcome to the support course. And this one gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you think about this part and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. And I was supposed to make a song in the beginning of the video, and like the intro song of Danny Phantom, but I was supposed to change it into like Midoriya style, but I figured soon enough after trying for a couple of hours that I really could not pull it off. After all, I don't really have that big of a, abilities, and I'm still a simple YouTuber, so I cannot really pull that off yet. Maybe I'll do it in the future, but for the meantime, sorry guys. However, goodbye.